When one of the best-selling SUVs in North America gets a significant reboot, folks take notice. The Honda CR-V may not be as glamorous as a new sports car or a hot-blooded supercar, but it officially enters its 6th generation with the 2023 model. A rugged exterior upgrade hides a refined interior with hybrid powertrain taking a larger role beneath the skin. The latest Tucson debuted for 2022, introducing a sharp new look and a clean premium feel interior. No longer content to be merely competent and average, Hyundai gave the Tucson a shocking exterior design matched to a roomy interior and plenty of tech, making it possibly one of the best compact family SUVs on the market. But which one should you get? Let's find out. The 2023 CR-V's new face still looks distinctly like a CR-V. Honda's design team has kept the wide headlights look of the previous model, but with a larger mesh grille that adds a rugged flavor shared with the Ridgeline pickup truck. The upmarket Sport and Sport Touring hybrid models also get more aggressive front and rear fascias. Honda didn't simply upgrade body panels for a beefier appearance. The new CR-V is 2.7 inches longer and nearly half an inch wider than its predecessor. It rides on a wheelbase that's 1.6 inches longer, and while that doesn't sound like much, the changes make the 6th generation CR-V the largest of them all. Call it striking, call it over the top, whatever descriptors you want to hang off of it, we can agree it's unlike anything else in the segment. This model you see here comes in what Hyundai calls Calypso Red, which only adds to its eccentric design. A shield-like front grille hides the LED running lights within its elements, only showing the Tucson's face when lit. In a world where pop-up headlights can't exist, this is the next best thing. Overall, you have to give the designers of the Tucson credit. They really went for it. In a segment, again, known for bland anonymity, the Tucson is an explosion of sharp creases, odd bulges, and a smiling grille that lights up on its edges like a Vegas marquee. The wheel arches are angular rather than actual arches. There are diamond shapes embossed in the rear bumper, and the aforementioned LED taillights that dangle from a full-width light bar like Dracula fangs. There is a lot going on, maybe too much, but hey, better than dull. With a whole new exterior comes a whole new interior, or at least new to the CR-V. If you've been in a new Civic, its layout and design will look extremely familiar. It's also very similar to the also new HR-V. Fortunately, it's a very good interior. The look is clean and uncomplicated. The dash is also low and aids in both visibility and making the cab feel spacious. All the switchgear feels high quality with tight, solid action, whether it's a turn signal stock or the highly welcome climate control dials. Though there are many plastics, they have attractive finishes and patterns. It's not quite up to the premium feel of the Mazda CX-5 or CX-50, but it's comparable to Kia Sportage or Hyundai Tucson. It's also much nicer than what you will find in a Ford Escape or Chevy Equinox. As for instruments and infotainment, the CR-V features an analog speedometer combined with a 7-inch screen that can display the tachometer and other information. The standard infotainment display is a 7-inch touchscreen that can use Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. On the higher EXL and Sport Touring trims, the CR-V gets a larger 9-inch touchscreen and is capable of wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. It's a system that's actually really nice to use. As for the Tucson, it has a cool, calm aura, as the upper portion wraps around from the doors before flowing into the main infotainment section like a waterfall. I love that the seat memory buttons are held within the chrome strips, which tie the whole look together. Sure, they are slightly more of a reach than they had been plunged on the armrest, but that's boring. The optional two-tone color scheme on the top trim levels also give the whole dashboard some visual depth. The 10.25-inch touchscreen and the climate control below are both angled ever so slightly towards the driver. Lower trims use an 8-inch screen, both get standard Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, though the big one here still needs the cords to do it. Regardless, the native UI is quick and intuitive, with most everything a swipe or a poke away. As far as passenger space goes, the Tucson pretty much matches that of the Sportage. One area where the Sportage interior is superior is in the physical controls of climate and audio, instead of the haptic controls found in the Tucson. When it comes to cargo space, in gas form, the Tucson offers up a massive 38.7 cubic feet of storage space, and that's with the seats up. Drop the 60/40 second row and you've got 80.3 cubes. Opting for the hybrid drops that figure to 74.5 cubic feet, which is still huge. When it comes to interior space, the CR-V has grown significantly with this generation. Sitting in the SUV's cabin, it certainly is more spacious and comfortable. The front passengers have lots of leg, knee, and shoulder room. Headroom isn't quite as generous, but there is still enough for most people to be perfectly comfortable. The front seats themselves don't have a huge amount of space, but they have thick padding and a welcome amount of side bolstering. There is a good amount of adjustment too, so a comfortable seating position should be easy to find, which hasn't always been a given in a CR-V. As far as pricing is concerned, a base model Tucson SE front-wheel drive will run you $27,000, including destination. From there, buyers can move through the SEL at $28,400, Sporty N-Line at $32,500, Off-Road Styled XRT at $33,200, and Limited at $36,600. Adding all-wheel drive is a $1,500 upcharge. Want a hybrid? There are 3 levels to choose from. Blue at $31,000, SEL Convenience $33,600, and Limited at $39,000. Meanwhile, the plug-in hybrid comes in just 2 flavors, SEL at $36,700 and Limited at $44,500. It should be eligible for rebates, however. Honda dropped the LX trim from the CR-V lineup, making the EX the entry-level model for 2023. This comes with a price increase as Honda has released the pricing information for the redesigned compact crossover. It will start at a whopping $32,300, up from $28,000 starting cost of the 2022 CR-V LX. The entry-level EX trim is available with either front-wheel or all-wheel drive, with the all-wheel drive starting at $33,800. The 2 trims get their power from Honda's 1.5-liter 4-cylinder engine, which pairs with a CVT transmission. It produces 190 horsepower and 179 pound-feet of torque. The Tucson also feels just as mature and comfortable to drive. It's not a bad thing, but there is a bit of a disconnect between how the Tucson looks and how it drives. The angular look suggests it's sporty, but from behind the wheel, it's all about comfort. The Tucson is a peach on highway roads and cities alike. There is enough give to the sidewalls on those 19-inch tires to take the sting out of bigger bumps, while the suspension's dampening is finely judged, smoothing out any unwanted nastiness. It's also impressively quiet, with very little road or wind noise making its way to the cabin. And since both the Tucson and the Sportage share the exact same hybrid powertrain, you can expect similar driving refinement. One thing to mention is the 6-speed automatic transmission that allows the hybrid to drive just like a regular ICE model. There is no drone, none of that CVT-style elasticity off red lights, and when you call for full power, the transmission will happily drop a gear or 2. The brake pedal is also pleasantly progressive, despite featuring hybrid regeneration. The CR-V, on the other hand, uses a turbocharged 1.5-liter inline-4, which still makes 190 horsepower and 179 pound-feet of torque. Its continuously variable transmission does a better job at simulating a normal automatic gear change. But the CR-V still feels a bit sluggish around town. The powertrain is quieter overall at least, and its 30 mpg combined fuel economy rating seems easy to beat. However those numbers look, they can't capture just how much better the on-road experience is in the Honda versus nearly all of its competitive set. Whether you compare it to the aforementioned RAV4, Kia's new Sportage Hybrid, or the VW Tiguan, it just shines above them all. In conclusion, compact crossovers are a tough business, but Hyundai and Honda have essentially perfected the formula with their 2 latest products. So pitting the CR-V and the Tucson against each other in this test, arguably some of the best options in this segment, makes for a tough decision. But if we had to recommend one over the other, Tucson gets the slight edge. While the clean interior and more traditional exterior of the Honda might appeal to some, the big price difference between the two, at least in base form, makes us recommend the Hyundai as the better buy in this test. So, what do you think? Let me know in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and turn on notifications for the latest car reviews and news. And until the next video, see you later.